Hello and welcome to another video, and the main bit of this video, I'll just talk about this bit first for a little bit, but the main part, which is about DJC and the latest Amico Forever debacle, I recorded that on Thursday evening and then ended up leaving it until Saturday when it goes live because there was so much to talk about with this lady. So just well, there's something that happened, and so I'm trying to be not mention her in the description because when if you get like a yellow dollar sign on YouTube, it basically means your the advert suitability is lessened, and it seems to take YouTube an age to realise that everything's perfectly fine with the video. So maybe it was because I put her in the title and the description, I don't know, so I'm not even going to mention her in the title or the description, but you can see what's going on. Now, this is interesting. I've not actually looked at the video yet, but I hadn't even come to... I did look at the channel a little bit earlier, and a certain video has disappeared. It was there before. What's gone on? Can you guess which video it is? Lost for 20... No, it wasn't Capcom versus SNK, and she's back to her usual nonsense. Yeah, the video where I'm very scared, and let's just see. We'll come to that in a minute, but let's just see what we've got on there. Yeah, I've turned off the volume, sound. We don't actually need to look at the video. Let's have a look at some of the comments. I mean, I bet she's just removed the comments that she disagrees with anyway. Glad to see you back and thriving. Has she actually replied to any? As always, the quality of your the research is top notch. You mean the one that she gets other people to write for her? Yeah, busted love. Well, let's just put it on newest. What's the word? Newest first. That makes everything pop up. Because if she's not paying attention all the time, then some comments might just slip in. Jeremy sent me here a few days ago. That's a quartering simp. Been watching. You're like a nostalgia machine where other people write all your videos. So, Jesus Christ! Hang on, what have we got in here? Perfect showcase for the difference between great and garbage, and it's the level of polish that makes the difference. Both the world-class amount of it in the real game and the total lack of it here. I think he's saying it's shit in a roundabout way. I need my Lady Decade fix of the day. Yeah, of course you do, fella. Friday and a Lady Decade video. I wish people wouldn't say videos had dropped. So, yeah, she's obviously deleting any comments that she disagrees with. But, yeah, the video that's gone, I'm very scared. She's made it private, which means that she won't get any hits or watch time counting towards her the annual watch time, and she probably won't get any revenue from that video counting, but yeah, that'll be pennies compared to the thousands of dollars she made in Sims giving her money. And quite frankly, you look at the next thing, yeah, so she got up to £1,201, and when I checked last time it was on about $11.94. It had gone down to about $11.77 or something, and now she's on $11.83. So yeah, it's still yeah, still going a bit tits up, shall we say. Oh, look at that. She's blocked me on Twitter. Oh no. What am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, just log out. Log out, you can see it. Good Lord, haven't you figured that out, love? So of course, what she'll have to end up doing is just making her tweets. If she doesn't want anyone to see her tweets, blocking doesn't help, because you can just log out. But just you should have to make them protected, and then no one can see her tweets, and then it'll be really fucking obvious. Still, that's the way it goes. So on this latest DJC Amico Forever, it starts off. There's a little bit here. I'll just show, and then they start waffling on again. And I'll skip it forward a little bit to where the sort of meat and potatoes is of their video. But just before I play this, actually, just have a look at some of these comments, because they were doing like a poll about various games. Did you guys forget about Ikaruga on the Dreamcast? Because man, that was brutally hard. Yet amazing shoot 'em up. Also, one reply from Retro Advisory Board, great game, but blah, 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 but hang on. Somebody has not got their filter on. If you go to, I forget whereabouts it is on YouTube, but there's a filter you can put on. So if anyone comments, certain words, and you can add certain words to, you get specific words to it as well. It'll stop them appearing on your feed until you've approved them. And he's forgotten to turn on there's an option which blocks any links, because then you just end up with kind of a shite like this going on. So he's obviously not paying attention to his comments, because you could easily get rid of that in a trice. Just block comments automatically that include links. I do that anyway. I mean, it's the best way to do that, because you end up stopping all that kind of crap coming through. It does mean that sometimes people send me links and I don't see them straight away because they fall into that particular thing. But yeah, I'll catch them again. I'll catch them eventually. But yeah, if I don't see a link automatically, kind of getting a bit tired. It's quite late. It's quite late as I'm doing this. So, but I'm working hard, unlike Lady Decade, to get you what you want to see. So let's just have this little bit first. Cameron Hayes asks, give me some good medical. Don't know what that was about. And some flying tigers. Hey, everybody.
Cameron Hayes says, give me some good medical and flying tigers. Yeah, dude, flying tigers, back to like some of these Amico games. Like, we're talking about shooters. Like, Rigid Force Redux Enhanced is really cool when you're using the second player basically as a collector, invincible and collector pod.
So I hope you can hear him okay, because there's no subtitles available for his video, and his microphone's a little bit quiet, but he's just waffling about Amico games and how wonderful they'll be and so on, blah blah blah.
That gets all your power ups and kind of protects the ship, and it's basically a hunter gatherer for the ship and a shield. And I thought that was a really cool add-on to that. And that game looks great on the Amico, by the way.
So they're playing on it was a Unity-made game on a PC inside a box that is shaped like an Amico, but will never ever come out.
And but Flying Tigers, Moon Patrol, heck, even Astro Smash, a lot of shooters, to be honest, on there.
And for such a family-friendly console, you can kill an awful lot of people in these games.
If you're going to consider Astro Smash a single screen shooter.
Oh, and of course, Moon Patrol's got aliens that you kill, but the aliens, they will have families, and then you just kill them, and you've deprived the family of a husband or a wife by killing them in the game. That's not family-friendly at all.
Or fixed shooter, and then you got Flying Tigers being amazing, and then you got, why wouldn't we call it Space Strikers? A lot of space games, but Space Strikers is more of to me that's more of a team game or a party game than anything.
Well, you don't have an individual shoot. You don't have the ability to individually shoot. You can kind of burst repel things with your not anti-gravity, your shields, but otherwise you're going after the ball.
Yeah, you can slingshot the ball. Yeah.
But Space Strikers look shite. It didn't even look like a proper game.
More of like a tractor beam effect. That's not really a...
Yeah.
Well, you grab the tractor beam.
Yeah.
But you do have a burst that you can use to kind of blow things away from you.
So they've all played it apparently, but no one has a clue how to describe it. They're all describing it in different terms.
And then you recharge.
Just another viewer says, Nick, can you at least...
So that's the end of that. They're all still thinking the Amico's coming, and then now you'll shoot forward to the other bit where it sort of gets a bit more meaty. Okay, so this is the main meat and potatoes of the video. Let's have a look.
As far as Amico news, still none. Like I said, we're only into the 10 days into August. So
he's surprised he hasn't had any Amico news. Well, we've not had any emails go out from Intellivision since about June, was it? And that was full of shit.
I'm hoping something this month that we're going to hear as far as production units or something, as it was stated in the email.
Yeah, the email that came out months ago. You're not getting any production units. It's really clinging to false hope that's not coming. It's some sort of bizarre coping mechanism.
We'll see.
We have seen nothing's coming.
Yeah. Well, we said that last month.
Yeah, exactly. RAB is, as I've said this before last time, yeah, a little bit of a spoiler for Don't Look Up, the film that's on Netflix and even came out in the cinemas just before Christmas. But yeah, it's the point where the Earth is going to end, and they're trying to sort of fix it and or get some sort of solution to it. But slowly, little by little by little by little, do people realise it's not going to happen. Saving the Earth is not going to happen, and it's all going to go shit creek. And it takes a fucking long time for the penny to drop for some people. And you know, DJC is basically oh god, what's his bloody name? The guy from Wolf of Wall Street. Well, no, actually they're both from Wolf of Wall Street. Oh god, his name's just gone out of my head. Jason. Fuck, sorry. Just as I said before, don't turn 50 because your brain just turns to shit. Jonah Hill, sorry. Yeah, Jonah Hill's basically the only one at the end who still hasn't quite got it. That you know, yeah, it'll all be fine, it'll all be fine, it'll all be fine. That's DJC. Oh, by the way, there is a mid-credits and a post-credit scene on Don't Look Up. I won't detail them here. If you've seen the rest of it and you've missed those scenes, go back and watch those scenes. They're fucking brilliant. So yeah, mid-credit scene and also one at the very, very end. Anyways, let's carry on.
And no official announcement came. So
sorry. So I thought I was going to increase the volume, but I can't increase the volume.
10 days into August, so I'm hoping something this month that we're going to hear as far as production units or something.
Yeah, these units which Phil Adams said were going to come within a matter of weeks, and that was June, and we're, mid-August and nothing's come.
As it was stated in the email. We will see.
Yeah. Well, we said that last month, and no official announcement came. So
I think Nick's enjoying just being this fucking deluded.
I mean, take that for however you want to take that. I mean,
it's fucking bollocks.
Kind of left on our own outside of official news from Intellivision. We did have, John Alvarado who came in. Was it last week? And
he didn't come in. That was obviously a fucking scam thing. You've never had John Avocado in these streams.
Said he thinks that there's going to be an announcement soon.
Oh, yeah, of course he would.
But there can always be some disconnect between he's the chief technical officer and, what they're going to do depends on some other things. So you don't know. But,
right.
I'm hopeful we hear something soon because it's been a while. A long while.
It has.
A very, very long while. And it's going to be an even longer while.
It has. I'm pretty sure they're trying to get things done, and I know they're struggling. You got a very, very limited staff and trying to get things done. And
yeah, I've shown this on a video before. The office where they were making Amico games, where they showed off the whole, the offices. They showed the whole offices on a lunchtime video. They're now empty because they're up for rental, and they've been empty for months. They've laid off all the staff. Yeah. DJC and Co. don't seem to get that when you've got a company and you've laid off all your staff and you've shut all your offices, you can't make any products. They seem to think this is perfect business model.
Especially the last final things, and it's hard. But hopefully soon.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully soon for what? What the fuck are you waiting for?
And these are the sorts of things that can come up when you have to. Dismiss some staff, you're going to run into more delays. You're going to run into...
Yeah, if you get rid of all the staff, then you're going to end up with permanent delays because it will never come out. Isn't there anyone who knows these people who can just go around and help them mentally? Just put them on the right track.
More issues, so...
Yeah, Mike Hawk hurts a very long
while. You're talking about the Analog Duo. I was waiting for that to. I know that people were.
I never even heard that get announced. They announced it, and I put my hat in for one, but I don't know that they ever actually did any kind of release. Did they? I mean, the Pocket came out.
Yeah.
It's been
no, with the Analog Duo, I think they just announced that they were working on it, or that it's, intending.
I know the conversation does go on, but I know it does get back to Amico.
To come out, and they hadn't had any further follow-up on that. So I'm sure they've run into some issues and have not wanted to talk about it if it's not there either.
Any company who doesn't want to talk about their issues, they don't want to talk about their issues because there's nothing coming.
If Analog is putting out other stuff, focus on what you're putting out.
Yeah. I'm sure they're still trying to do supply chain stuff for the Pocket itself. Because tons of people want that thing.
Are these pre-production units being handmade? Well, I think they're actually production units. To be like the first of the production units.
Are they being made? They're not being made at all.
But I don't think they're being handmade. Rab, are they more like, what are they? They're going through it. This is the actual manufacturing.
They all seem to think they're being manufactured in the USA. So rather than get them done through China, where it'd be an awful lot cheaper, they're going to do them through America, where it'd be cost a fortune. They're not being made.
Process for these first units.
Yeah,
right?
Well, they're supposed to go through. They're supposed to go through the manufacturing process. I mean, that's what the pre-production is for, to clear that everything is ready to go into full production of these. If components of it are being, put together by hand, and they have components that are going through the line, I don't know. I don't know what their line is supposed to get. Right. Are they getting an assembled board and going into assembly? Are they going and getting an assembled, daughter board for the controllers?
Just imagine if they took all this effort into making everything they're talking about. If they put the effort into something that's actually happening, something tangible that's actually happening, it'd be amazing.
I don't know what the assembly looks like for what they're trying to do and what they have and what's sitting aside. So, don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, we
don't have information on any of that.
Once we see these first production units, then things are looking good. That's
no production units are coming.
It's a thumbs up,
Thumbs up for Len Fairclough is the only thumbs up you'll be getting.
Until we see those, I think that's what everybody's waiting to see. Anyway.
And if you want to Google thumbs up for Len Fairclough, just I think he was acquitted. I think the actor was acquitted anyway. But just don't do it from a work computer. That's all I'll say.
One that's following this is waiting to see.
So just rewind that back.
It's a thumbs up, Until we see those, I think that's what everybody's waiting to see. Anyway.
If I like one of Tommy Tallarico's tells, touching his hair, DJC's constantly touching his face and also stroking his silly goatee.
Production units, then things are looking good. It's a thumbs up, Until we see those, I think that's what everybody's waiting to see. Anyone that's following this is waiting to see.
Goatees and beards are what grown men try and grow if they've got no hair on their head, or if they suffer from micro penis like Jeremy from the Quartering.
Yeah, it's not.
I can't even manage imagine how hard it would be to. Sorry, I can't even imagine how hard it would be to launch a console with maybe a dozen or so employees. They haven't got any employees. They've all gone. Windy pops. The office is shut. No one's working on this thing. Who the hell do you think is actually putting anything together?
It's not really about launching it. It's just about getting it ready. Because I think
it's not about launching. It's about getting it ready. There's no one to get it ready.
And this is kind of going back to.
That's what Evercade. That's what Blaze was able to do with the Evercade. To launch a console with a very small team of approximately that size, maybe a few more. But I don't think there was quite the level of R&D going into the background of that console like you have with the Amico. And
I think they mostly needed an emulation board that could take and read ROMs off a cartridge.
Well, their focus was different, yeah. And for what their focus was, they were able to deliver on that. And
their only focus was taking $17 million and shoving it in an account in the Cayman Islands.
Intellivision had
John definitely putting in work on hardware and software. What makes you think John Avocado's doing anything? Oh, he's from Next Level Gaming. So original Next Level, it says Mike Mellist. He seems to think John Avocado is still putting in work on the hardware and software. What makes you think that?
Hasn't been able to do that. So, yeah, with this small of a team, you're going to run into those issues, and it's going to be very difficult. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the
arcade. I think it's a good
console, but they definitely had a vastly different focus.
Be nice to hear from Tommy. You should invite him on the show. Oh, he's always invited on the show.
Tommy will never, ever be on your show ever again. He's dumped me a long time ago. As Darius said, it's like George Costanza. They constantly think that Tommy's going to come back to them. No, it's that the girl's left. She's gone. She's never coming back.
I don't think he's doing anything with social media right now, but as soon as he does get back on social media, I'd love to have him on.
He's not on social media to not talk about the Amico. He's fucked off and he's doing his silly tour of video game music for video games he never even wrote, just claimed to. He's off making money somewhere else. He doesn't give a shit about your fucking console.
Hopefully when this thing...
Night, Super Mega.
When these units come out and stuff's going well. I don't think Phil's hand molding the shells with clay, but
Phil Adams is doing nothing. He's gone off to the Cayman Islands as well with the rest of them.
But thank you.
Yeah, clay mold's already done. They had those for the demo, so they're already past that.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. Was you're taking
it was clay, not Play-Doh.
Yeah, so. Yeah, right. The Play-Doh you could eat. You could eat your Amico.
That's probably what's happened to their brains. They've eaten the clay Amico.
It's a good.
The Play-Doh. They've just eaten. They've eaten something that really disagrees with them anyway.
I don't know what you're doing. No, but what I was saying about I'm talking about the limited staff and a dozen people working. It's.
Where did they get this figure of a dozen? How have they arrived at that figure? They're just making it shit up.
It came to, before all this stuff happened, it was, getting rid of the giant offices was a good thing to do.
Yeah, closing all your offices. It's a great business decision.
Plus everything has been done. They don't need any type of PR advertising.
No, they don't, because you've done it all for them.
They don't need all those employees right now. Which, I know is unfortunate, but at the same time, to get this company up and running. And
yeah, when a company is closed, you don't need those employees because the company's closed. It's not up and running.
And to release this console, getting rid of the big offices and all that overhead spending was really a good thing to do on their part to keep it going. Because when it all comes down to it, we don't want people to not get their consoles.
God, you're not getting any consoles. Good Lord.
People that put money down for this, people that invested into this, people that have been talking about it, fans like us.
There's only you three and Mike Malist who think this thing's still coming out.
People that have bought these games.
Yeah, the games, the fucking fake games that just don't do anything because there's nothing in the console to register any NFT or any click or anything.
That's why I do the show, and that's why I keep...
Oh, sorry, and of course the games don't exist anyway. It's just boxes which are a promise of games to come. But the games aren't finished. They haven't been finished. They're not written. You've just got demos, and you've been conned.
Keep following this, and will until it's announced it's coming out or it's not. And I just hope that they can get it out, soon, and I hope... And
nothing is coming soon, apart from bankruptcy.
Like I said, the first thing we need to see is these production units. These first production units are going to give us the hope of, oh my God, it's actually going to be mass produced, and so that's
the only thing that's going to happen is masturbation in about 10 minutes after their live stream.
That's what we're waiting on. What's up with the OOF thing? I heard a long time ago, maybe a sound store on Roblox. I don't really know anything about Roblox. I know my little cousin loves it, and I bought her gift cards and action figures, but I don't really know much.
Other than the fact that there's been a lot of behind the scenes negative scuttlebutt about the game. I don't know much about it, quite frankly.
Yeah, I've not really followed this, but Tommy claims he did the OOF in Roblox. I never played Roblox. He didn't do the OOF in Roblox. That's another lie that these three deluded clowns still think is happening.
Well, I think it was about the developer
that's what we
program that they had.
Yeah, that's the primary negative stuff I'd heard about is all that and the dark web selling of a lot of the assets and in-game assets and stuff.
Dark web, yeah, people who just don't know diddly about the internet, they just say, "Oh, it's all the dark web." It's the kind of thing the media go on about. Oh, if it's bad, it must be the dark web.
Stuff like that for real money. There's a couple of those things.
There's a lot. Just another viewer. Just like, and this is another thing. I was like, and once again, this is just me talking. This is just me, in my opinion. But I know a lot of times like this, when they start getting ready to launch and actually get this out and start working and getting new games and stuff, I think a lot of these employees will be coming back.
Oh God, Brittany, is that? I think that's the girl they showed in the Utah video, the Salt Lake City video, where they just sort of hired the office for a day and just shot a video, played Space Strikers, and then they were all fucked off by lunchtime. And then these deluded fools think that that the office is open. Brittany was a girl who was, I think she was dealing with customer service emails and stuff. Obviously, she'll be long gone. Yeah, people who, I mean, if people have been with a company for a long time anyway, a company that's viable, it's the older people who are more likely to stay there because they don't want to go and do anything else. Young people, they will happily move on to something else, something better. I think she was probably about 20 odd. She will not be coming back. She will have got a job somewhere else a long time ago, and yeah, she won't be around. But yeah, just go with this train of thought from DJC though.
This when they start getting ready to launch and actually get this out and start working and getting new games and stuff, I think a lot of these employees will be coming back.
Yeah, so staff will not come back. If you have a situation where, look, for example, at if you're outside the UK, you may not have known, but maybe it's the same in other countries. I don't know. But we have a situation where I've not been abroad for years, but at the start of the pandemic, a lot of rather than keep people on the staff books, even though they were getting what's called furlough, so people were getting paid 80% of their wage to stay at home, basically. I've never been paid furlough. I've worked. I was in a job where I've been in a job that I can just pay. Yeah, I can just do the job anyway. So so I've not had furlough. So I've just worked. It was normal. Yeah, a lot of people were paid 80% of their wage just to stay and sit on their backside, and that included people who worked at airports, which had been closed effectively. And what the airports did in a lot of cases, or the airlines, they just let people go. And then a queue, come around a couple of years later, and they didn't get themselves organised to hire loads of people back, either to get the people back who left, or to get new people to replace them, because the people who had left have gone on to get other jobs. And so, and they find they're better off in other jobs. So these airlines and airports have been absolute up shit creek. And they just can't get the staff anymore, literally. And then the place has just been in fucking chaos because people can't go on their holiday, planes are being cancelled, and it's just everything's just up shit creek. But so you can't get the staff back; they've moved on. But DJC thinks everyone's going to come back for this dead company, which obviously isn't a going concern. So you wouldn't go back even if you were insane. But no, you'll have long since got something else. But let's just go with it.
I think this is more of a layoff than it is and this is just once again just
layoff means though you've sacked him.
Me, this isn't fact, so don't quote me on this.
So the man who said that he only gives out official Amico news is just making shit up.
But I'm guessing this is more of a layoff, and exactly you're going to bring these people back when they're needed. Right now they have a console that they're basically going to bug test and make sure it's ready and try to produce. And so you only need your tech guys. You don't need anyone else right now, which unfortunately they're probably not going to be able to afford, and that's why they've reduced down to where they are so that they can keep their company running and keep this getting out.
Keep the company running. The company's dead, but they'll keep it running.
And once again, so they can get it to the people that invested into it. Just my opinion, but I just thought I'd say that.
Yeah, and they have there's a downside to letting those people off. I mean,
I've come to realise how much love and excitement is going to Amico. Amico is way more than what they have told us. The world needs this. The world doesn't need it. It's a $400 foot bath. that nobody needs. Nobody, because you can play the games on a mobile phone. Because it is a mobile phone that's inside it. Well, it's obviously a computer, but if they'd made this thing, it would just be the internals of a 2016 mobile phone. What the fuck do you need that for? How does the world need that? The world needs decent energy prices. The world needs Russia to stop doing what it's doing. The world needs a lot of things. It does not need the Amico.
A lot of those people were put in positions because they could do things for a launch. I mean, you have your people for logistics, and you have your people for customer service, and you have your people for your various support positions and your various engineering and stuff. And after the system is developed to a point, there's probably fewer things that some of those employees can do. And I think, like DJC said, I think the intention for a lot of those employees is to bring them back, but you have to be in a financial position to bring them back. And, they have to move on with their lives if Intellivision isn't there.
Who would ever come back to this company? No one's sane.
To launch in the next month, 2 months, 6 months, whatever that time frame is, they may move on, and then Intellivision is back to looking to place that person's position and
they're going to have to do
it's a difficult position for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of replacement of personnel that can't come back because they now have other commitments. I mean, when you let people go like that,
exactly,
you have to,
and that is a cost for any agency, any organization.
They have to take care of themselves. They have to find other jobs. So
which they will have done.
Don't want to have to replace your staff. It's costly. Yes, I've spoken to Tommy. We don't talk too much about the Amico. It's more personal stuff.
You have not spoken to Tommy. You said this the other week. You have not spoken to Tommy at all. It's bullshit.
He is still the chief creative officer.
What possible reason would Tommy Tallarico, who's off on his worldwide tour playing video game music, what possible reason would he need to have to speak to RAB? What possible fucking reason?
But like I said, he's taken a social media sabbatical.
He's dumped you, basically.
So I just respect his privacy. I'm not talking about him other than to say I've spoken to him in the last weeks.
Bullshit.
Yep. And I hope he does come back soon. I think I'm
he's
sure.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
The coping is strong.
Absolutely. And I already, I talked to him here and there as well. And
no, you don't.
I told him, whenever you're ready to come back on, please, you're always welcome to come on the show. And
maybe they tweet him. That's about as much as they'll do. They'll tweet him and then they don't get any replies.
And hang out and just have fun. And hopefully, it's the point where we're hanging out and playing games. And this thing comes out. And someone was saying, how much longer kicking down the road. I'm really hoping within this month we hear something.
The only thing you'd like to see here is bankruptcy.
Like I've said, Intellivision has creditors. They have investors. If they're not going to come out with something, then those bills are going to come due. And
oh God, this again. Creditors. Right. If the company files, which it will do, files Chapter 11 bankruptcy eventually, then the creditors will literally be due pennies on the dollar. So whatever they've thrown into the pot, they'll get pennies back. And they would have to they would go to the back of a very long list of creditors. So the chances of them getting any money back anyway is zilch. And the amount of effort to claim that money, would be phenomenal for the amount you'd be getting. So it wouldn't happen. The company would go bust and they'd just get nothing, and that'd be the end of it. Creditors, Intellivision don't care about creditors because once it goes bankrupt, they're not getting dick.
They're going to fold. So one thing or another, you will hear something about what is going on with Amico. Either they are able to put something out, which is why I think you have not seen, the creditors pull out. You have not seen their funders pull out from underneath them because
if China and US tensions remain high and they go to war against Taiwan, I don't think Amico will be manufactured in China. Well, it won't be manufactured in China anyway.
Because they are still in the works. You've seen their chief technical officer in our chat talking to some of you.
If you talk to Tommy, please tell him to come back online. The macaroni muppet is getting out of hand. He needs a schooling. Yeah.
It's still in the works. Until it is not in the works, I think we're taking a wait-and-see approach.
Yeah, you're taking a wait-and-see approach. The George Costanza principle.
So if you want to look at that as like kicking the can down the road, we're not jumping on the bandwagon.
you've run out of road a long time ago, fella.
Because I've seen companies come back from the brink before.
You said that last week with Sierra. I don't know what their story is. I don't really care, but it ain't happening with Amico.
So I'm taking a hold and wait to see what happens. Does it look good? No, it doesn't look good. They don't have a lot of money. They don't have any.
They don't have any money. They're $10 million in debt, with $17 million squirreled away in the Cayman Islands.
Support amongst this small retro community.
And only 4 people want this thing. You 3, and Mike Mellist.
And their system is not in production, and they're behind on their.
The unit's not in production, even though OEV Pete made that video about how the Amico was in production a long time ago.
Stated when they want to get those pre-production units out and get in communication with this small community of people watching. So it doesn't look great, but as long as they're still in the fight, I'm just going to sit back and watch.
Yep, I'll sit back and watch.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing is I'm just trying to stay positive because I've invested
positive.
I bought all the games. I've you
bought 3 copies of every single game. Good God.
And I've actually, like I said, all of us have actually played the machine and actually.
You've played whatever they showed you and claimed was the machine.
A couple of us a couple times, and just want to have one of our own, and really want to show you guys like why we like it so much. It's a fun little party machine. It's a great little piece of plastic. I'll tell you that.
It's anything the Amico can do. The Nintendo Switch has already done, and it will continue to do. That is, if you want a family game system, just get the Switch. It's fairly cheap compared to PS5 and the Xbox Series X, so just get that. That's what families will be using. The Amico will not be happening.
And I just want one as a collector, as a game lover, as a retro game lover, as an Intellivision fan, and as to have something just new and different and simple, and to really kind of get your family and friends and just together for a game night, kind of like a old school kind of game night. And I don't know. I think it's going to be great for parties. It's going to be great for team building. It's going to be great for.
Nobody will be buying this for a fucking team building exercise.
For a lot of things, but once again, hoping we see these production units very soon. With that being said, I think we're going to end it. Our poll was
rigged.
Obviously, our
broken.
Yeah, so rigged and broken.
Not Lords of Thunder, as someone suggested.
Yeah, so I think that's the end of it anyway. So, and this video with Lady Decade, I plan to do a video with Lady Decade, Review Tech USA, and Amico Forever all in one piece, and it ended up being so bloody long overall. I will have split it into 2 videos by the time you see this. So you'll have had one video with Lady Decade and Review Tech USA, and then another video with DJC and Amico Forever. I've got something else I might look into about another YouTuber who's being a bit of a scam artist from what I've seen. So I might bring that up as well. Someone who I've not come across before, but it looks like quite an interesting story. So I'll bring you that soon, I think. Anyways. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed this. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications. Cue Sega Genesis.